Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something that literally everyone deals with but kind of dreads: social introductions. Our goal here is to completely demystify the whole process and build absolute, unwavering confidence for beginners. We're focusing specifically on the best ways to start simple conversations and how you can introduce yourself when meeting new people as a truly confident beginner. So if you've ever felt totally tongue-tied or nervous when meeting someone new, well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to break down exactly how to master this essential social skill. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The beginning. Tell me about yourself.
Okay, we really need to acknowledge that universal anxiety almost all of us feel when meeting someone new. You know the feeling, right? The spotlight swings over to you, the whole room goes quiet, and your mind just completely goes blank. And it's usually right after you hear these exact 5 words: tell me about yourself. I absolutely know the dread that washes over you. Whether you're stepping into a new job, sitting down on the first day in a new class, or just meeting a friend's friends, it doesn't feel like a normal conversation. It feels way more like a massive open-ended test that you somehow completely forgot to study for.
But we are going to shift that mindset entirely right now. Think about this direct quote from our source material. It's not a scary question, it's an invitation. That is such a huge, powerful reframing of the whole situation. An introduction isn't an exam. There are no right or wrong answers. It is simply a friendly invitation to connect. It's just a chance to share a little bit about who you are with someone who genuinely wants to know.
Moving on to Section 2, the basics. Who are you? To make this totally stress-free, we're going to break down an introduction into modular building blocks. Think of them like Lego pieces you can just snap together however you want. Let's look at a case study with 2 totally different people. First, we have Paul. He's 28, from a small town in Canada, and he's an English teacher. Then we have Emily. She's 25, lives in a noisy big city in the USA, and she's an art student. They have radically different backgrounds, but as you'll see, they're using the exact same building blocks to confidently share their stories.
These basic facts, they are your foundation. They're your conversational toolbox. And I really want to assure you, especially if you're a beginner, that you absolutely do not need complex grammar or huge fancy vocabulary words to sound impressive. You literally only need simple, clear sentences to state these core elements: your name, your age, where you're from, and what you do. So for example, my name is Paul, I am from Canada, and I am a teacher. That's it. You have successfully built a solid conversational foundation.
Section 3. Interests, family, and hobbies.
Now this is where we move from those dry, basic facts to the really cool things that shape your world. Notice how sharing just 1 or 2 small details about your family makes the conversation instantly relatable. Paul mentions his younger sister, Sarah, who plays the piano, and his dad, who is a doctor. Emily brings up her older brother Tom and her dad, who is a chef, which naturally leads to a super fun detail that the food at her home is always delicious. You don't need to recite your entire family tree. Just sharing one interesting little tidbit makes you instantly memorable and gives the other person something easy to ask about.
And then we layer on the hobbies. Sharing what you do for fun is honestly the quickest way to find common ground with a new friend. Paul likes old rock music and playing Saturday soccer with his friends. Emily is an art student, so she naturally loves painting to relax on weekends. But she also loves reading adventure storybooks. Suddenly, the person you're talking to might be like, "Oh, no way, I play soccer too." And just like that, a real, totally natural conversation is born.
All right, Section 4. Preferences, likes, and dislikes.
Now, what's really interesting here is that this is the secret sauce of a great introduction. Your true personality shines when you stop just being a polite stranger and start sharing your specific likes. Look at how these colorful details paint such a vivid picture for the listener. Paul doesn't just generically say he likes animals. He specifies he has a small, brown, happy dog named Max. He loves vegetable pizza, and his favorite color is blue, like the sky. Emily has a sleepy, black and white cat named Luna who just sleeps all day. Her #1 favorite food is pasta, and her favorite color is green, like nature. These aren't just dry facts anymore. They are tiny, visual stories that make the listener feel like they're really, truly getting to know you.
And please, do not be afraid to share what you don't like. Sharing a negative, like Paul's absolute dislike of the taste of olives and his hatred for waiting in long lines, or Emily openly admitting she dislikes very spicy food and is definitely not a morning person who likes waking up early, is actually a fantastic, friendly way to add flavor to an introduction. It shows vulnerability, and it shows humor. I mean, nobody is perfect, right? Sharing a gentle, relatable dislike is a highly effective way to bond with someone new.
Let's move to Section 5. Choosing what fits the situation.
So having all those awesome details is great, but knowing how to adapt them is absolutely crucial. I want you to take a look at this quote from the source material and just let out a big sigh of relief. You don't need to say everything at one time. Remember that wonderful toolbox full of building blocks we just created? Your family, your pets, your deep love for vegetable pizza or pasta? You shouldn't dump all of those blocks on the table at once. Giving a really long answer all at the same time can actually be a bit overwhelming for the other person.
Let's break down how this actually looks in different environments so you always feel prepared. If you're in a new class, well, the context is learning. So you might just share your name and why you're there. For instance, my name is Paul, I am from the United States, and I like to learn new things. But if you're at a social party, the vibe's totally different. It's way more relaxed. There, you'd share your name and your hobbies, like, hi, I'm Emily, and I love to paint and listen to music. You basically just match your building blocks to the room you're in.
Almost done. Section 6. Tips for a confident beginner speaker.
You see, having the right words all mapped out in your head is only half the battle. Physically delivering them is what actually creates a connection. So follow these 3 golden rules straight from our source material. Number 1, keep it simple. Seriously, don't overcomplicate your sentences. Number 2, be friendly. Treat the whole conversation as an invitation to share, not some intense interrogation. And number 3, and this is huge, smile. Never ever underestimate this step. A genuine smile is incredibly important. It speaks volumes and sets this warm, welcoming tone before you even say a single word.
Now, to make sure you walk away from this explainer with something incredibly practical, here is a fill-in-the-blank template straight from the source that you can literally use today. Ready? My name is blank, I am from blank, and I like blank. It is truly that easy to get started. Just fill in the brackets and you instantly have a foolproof, ready-to-go introductory sentence that works in almost any casual setting.
Which brings us to our final big question for you. What will you say next time? The very next time someone smiles and asks, "Tell me about yourself," you now have the exact blueprint to answer confidently without freezing up. I actually invite you to practice your own introduction using our modular blocks down in the comments section. Write 1 or 2 sentences telling us who you are, where you're from, or hey, what your favorite food is. Thank you so much for learning with me today. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next explainer.